Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. Nope.
Y'all, just stop. Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Lindsay, Al, it's good to be back.
What's going on? Where you been at?
I've been to our sister station at KPNX. Shout out to Phoenix. They are doing great. I got to meet with the whole team.
Were you there in
fabulous.
1963?
Yeah,
You're
I know.
very
Look at this.
Jackie Kennedy today. I like it.
It looks good. Copacabana. Okay. Thank you. Holiday air travel. Let me tell you, I was there firsthand, and something did happen. Is back for the first time since the beginning of the pandemic. More passengers traveled through airports this past weekend than Labor Day weekend in 2019. But here's what we really want to talk about. So, a man on Reddit has gone viral, and it sparked this really interesting debate. He was traveling alone, and he paid extra for a premium seat at the front of the plane, okay, on a 10-hour flight from Greece. He was approached by a family of 4 who asked if he could swap seats so they could all sit together. He refused to switch since he paid more for his seat. Now, there was no more leg room, but it was at the top of the plane. He said the mom made a scene when he refused, calling him a bad name. So here's the question. Should he have swapped seats for that family?
I don't know what we're talking. No. What is this? Can we go to the next story? Absolutely not. First of all, I didn't even read this well enough, Lindsay. I didn't know this was an international flight.
10 hours.
I used to, work for the BBC, so I would go to London almost every summer. And, the premium economy there is the difference. It's like free booze. I don't drink, but free booze. It's better food because you paid more. Mm-hmm. Even on a domestic flight, this would be out of control. They're asking for a favor. He declined. He doesn't know them, Lindsay. What obligation does he have to? What is this? How dare they?
You've never moved for a family when you were on the road?
I have, when it's an equal move, when it's premium for premium, economy for economy, but not when I'm going to take a downgrade. For what again?
Now, let me ask you this, Lindsay. What if she offered to pay a little of the difference?
So then you have the whole plane shaming you when a mom holding a baby hands you a 20.
Yeah.
That whole situation just was not going to go right. Or was she going to Zelle you on the plane, Cash App? It just feels.
I got you as soon as we land.
Yeah, it feels very weird. I also think that there's steps to booking a flight with a kid now that I'm doing it. First of all, look for a row that you guys can be situated in.
Fair.
Especially international flight. If it's not available, take a different flight. You should not put yourself in an awkward situation hoping that a good Samaritan is going to be nice enough to share the seat, because if you end up in a situation where I'm all the way in one aisle and Colin's 5 rows back, well, that's your problem. Right. Because that's what you decided to do. I can't understand, if it was a last-minute flight, Colin and I might be going to Houston for an emergency, New York for something, but Greece? I mean, unless this person has family in Greece, which could fairly be the case. If that's not the case and it was a last-minute booking, then I don't want to hear it. You need to book so your family can fly comfortably for 10 hours, especially with children.
I would want to say I would move, but I think I agree with you both, because it's the flight time, it's the travel, it's the distance, it's the payment. I was on a flight, just so you guys know, to Phoenix, like I said, and their AC wouldn't work, and we were on the runway for about an hour, and it was 90-something.
In Phoenix?
No, in Denver.
Oh, wow.
On the way
I was about to say, because in
still,
Phoenix, you wouldn't be here right now.
But it was 90-something degrees, and it got hotter and hotter, and I got more claustrophobic, and it was a full flight and an old plane, and no one said anything. So, of course, I was like, I'll say something. So I did. And I stood up and I was like, excuse me, very politely, do we know if the AC is going to work? And people were cheering and things. You can do it in a polite way. But man, that was.
And what happened?
It did not come on.
But
I assumed it wasn't
kudos to you
working.
for standing up for yourself.
Thank you.
That's a big deal.
We'll turn the AC on as soon as a crazy woman stands up and asks us to.
You need to sit down. Speaking of air travel, check out what happened to passengers on a recent flight to Vegas. A man handed out $100 bills to everyone on board. You can hear everyone on the flight cheering. So first of all, that's super dope. What would you, and I would love to do that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
What would you do with the extra cash? Would you immediately gamble it away?
Did he go seat to seat?
I don't know. Or did they come to him? It might have been a buffet style.
I would have more been like, oh, well, since you're treating, what's going on for the rest of the weekend? Right? Yeah. We should all hang out, especially if it was everybody. If you he must be a multi-millionaire handing out hundreds. I remember I used to get 20s from my parents.
Yeah.
Not ones in that way. I used to get, wow. I used to get $1, 100 to the whole plane. How many seats are on a plane?
You guys are missing the point. This is the biggest flex of all time.
Right.
Like, because Lindsay,
Vegas, too.
think about this. Like, if there is an attractive single person on that plane, I don't know
Smart.
what, and you're just like, I would just be hanging out at the exit like black folks used
What's
to do
your
at the end
plan
of the
for the
club.
weekend?
I would be waiting for the letter, like, hey, I was that guy. Like, honestly, you're gonna have a good time with whoever that is, because if you're going to Vegas like that, you know he's staying in a penthouse.
Are you gambling it immediately? For me, it was divine.
I would gamble it on the plane with
I would
somebody
too.
next to me over solitaire on our phone or something. No, that's not even making
I'm
it to Vegas.
surprised that you would gamble it because I'm a cheapskate. I will put that thing directly into my account. I'll find a
for
Chase
you.
when I get off the plane in Vegas.
No, it turns out I didn't know this, guys. I went to Vegas and I was like, oh, what are these slot machines? And I didn't know there were penny slots. I did dollar slots. I didn't know. Brand new. Hours later. The bank was like, we need to close down the account.
Really?
I was just like, more.
Wait,
more.
you didn't know that they were slots?
I didn't know the addiction to the slot, the sounds, the music's, the dopamine every time. And I'd win like a little bit, but there was also penny slots, and I was doing full dollar slots.
Bragging to our audience, but go ahead.
No, I lost all this money. It was terrible. I'm being honest.
I got penny slot money, baby.
I moved over there. All right, we do have an update to a story we talked about yesterday that's very important. A news anchor, if you didn't know, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, suffered stroke symptoms on live TV. If you don't recall, here it is again. Quick warning to our viewers, some of you may find this disturbing. Take a look.
The Tulsa Air and Space Museum is hosting a launch today at the I'm sorry, something is going on with me this morning, and I apologize to everybody. Let's just go ahead and send it on over to meteorologist Annie Brown.
She handled that absolutely beautifully. Now that anchor named Julie Chin is speaking out to the Today Show. Here's what she said doctors told her about her condition. Take a look.
The doctors right now, and we're doing more tests, but they think it was the beginning of a stroke. They think maybe my body corrected itself midway, so I didn't have a full stroke. And so now I'm just seeing more specialists and more doctors and getting more opinions because we really don't know what caused this. And of course, I mean, I want to know what caused it, so, you know, maybe we can prevent it from happening again.
So she also revealed this text message. I want y'all to read this and look at it hard. She sent her husband during the episode, and you can see it doesn't make sense at all. The reason I wanted to put that out there too is my mom has now had, I think, 6 to 7 strokes.
Goodness.
And we were there during certain times. And the timing is important. Timing equals brain tissue that dies during strokes. So if you get a text message like this, all that was made sense was, I need help. Take it seriously. It's a problem. When my mom has a stroke, she can't make out that the letter goes to the brain, A equals A. So it's almost like she's just trying to get help out. So that and also the gibberish is a clear sign. Don't wait. Don't be scared to make a scene. Make a scene. It can save a life. What do you think about this? As a journalist, she handled it beautifully, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, and this is not the first time that it's happened on air. It's happened in the past before, but I think that the text message, bringing awareness to it will help me understand better because I would look at that and be like,
what is this?
You know, probably turn my phone the other way, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Or
Exactly.
just figure it out later. But luckily, you know, everybody around her seemed like supportive, and so, you know, it's a good lesson for everybody to learn. If you see anything like that, if you see somebody stuttering, like you said, don't take it lightly because you never know what it could mean.
True, and if you do think it happens, ask them to do put their hands out to see if one side is deficient. Smile, one side will be deficient. Try and have a sentence, I went to get an apple. They won't be able to say it. That's when we call 911 immediately. So I hope we spread this
That's great advice.
rapidly. And if you get a text like that, please don't ignore it. Someone needs your help. Coming up on DBL, a major tantrum at the U.S. Open. Woo! Things got heated. Are you okay, Lydia? She fell over there. Is this kind of behavior ever acceptable from an athlete? And a new law in California is aiming to raise the minimum wage for fast food workers. We'll tell you how much they could be making soon.
Closed captioning provided by
Hey, just stopping by to say we're taking over. We're made of this. We're taking over. You know what time it is. We're taking over.
Okay.
Okay, Lydia is holding the camera.
She did not fall all the way. She's safe, in case y'all wondering what the heck Tori was talking about.
Yes, but I feel like, first of all, I wanted, Lydia, what is your exact title here at DBL? Production coordinator. Okay. I think, and Lindsay, I feel like you'd be perfect to do this eventually. It's like showing young people all the jobs that there are behind the camera. I think
There are so many. I started out as a production assistant. So
Let's say how much is a burger now?
you know, coordinator I feel like is the next level.
Right.
Assistant, well, when I first started, I guess I was like really just scrambling because we were in live news. So
Right.
I have to like run scripts and so a little bit of, but when you're a coordinator, I feel like a lot falls on you. People don't understand. Even the production assistants, I feel like a lot falls on you. Because they want you to learn what's going on, but also help everybody. Anything going on in the studio, kind of figure it out.
Because that's the thing, you know, I look at Lydia and I'm like, I don't know what your job is because it seems like it's
you can
everything.
go to her for everything.
She does everything. Like, I think, yes, I think we do a good job on the panel, but nothing happens without so many people on the camera. And Lydia just, you do everything. We appreciate you so much.
We do.
You even stumbled and got up here and holding the camera straight.
And we had to figure out how to use the printer, things like that. You start to lose as you get older. I'm doing this fun job. Like, how do you fax? Nobody faxes anymore. They email and scan.
Lydia, have you ever sent a fax before? Wow.
From your doctor's office, maybe.
You probably did it at like the Washington Museum of like faded technology or something.
You have to go out of your way and find like a fax machine. Like UPS is actually like charging $1 to fax, and I'm like,
I remember my dad's law office got a fax machine, and I was like, we are in the future. I was like, you can send a message and it's going to show up at somebody. Like,
and now you just text the screen grab of the document.
We appreciate you.
DBL is kicking off our season 6 premiere with the one and only Jerry Springer. Live on the panel as our special guest co-host, September 12th and 13th on DBL.
Welcome back. Here's a very sobering thought for you. A new study says that for a third of Americans, working a full-time job year-round is not enough to cover necessities like rent, groceries, and other basic expenses. Well, now, California has signed, a new law aimed at making life easier for fast food workers. So the bill would cap minimum wage for these workers at $22 an hour, which works out to be about $43,000 a year. So would you be willing to pay more for your Happy Meal if you knew the worker was getting paid a living wage? And when I say more, they say it could be about 20% more. So like a $5 thing could become a $7 thing. A $10 thing could be a $12 thing. But they could also take some away from the owner of the
I was about to say, like, they could maybe
industry.
bring it up 50 cents and then also take like half of the millions of dollars of bonuses that everybody gets. I know that's unfortunate, but like the longevity of keeping your business open and thriving and letting people be able to afford it would make that right. But I also know that a lot of people talk about how prices and wages don't keep up with inflation. And so people should be getting paid much more than the actual minimum wages in most states currently. And so McDonald's is going to take the step to make people be able to afford normal things, especially with how much inflation is out of control right now. You know, you want people to be able to have, like Alloy says, some dignity and be able to live, get their groceries, and just enjoy their life the same way and actually be excited to work anywhere, from McDonald's, Wendy's, any place.
to not feel like you're in prison. What do you think about this, Al?
I completely agree. You know, this, as you were talking, Lindsay, like what something you said just sparked. This weekend, I did a writer's retreat. I always go to the mountains and just do some writing for a couple of days. And I was starving, and I was in a small town. The only thing that was open was a McDonald's till 1 o'clock. I was like, oh my goodness, like there was nothing else. And I went there, and it was taking a while, but I was just sitting there. I didn't have anything to do. And then I realized as I looked through the drive, it was one guy.
Oh my God.
There was one guy back there making fries, taking orders,
wow.
Doing the trash, cleaning up. And it's like, we ask for this incredible convenience. We say, hey, I'm too lazy to get out of my car to feed myself.
Totally.
But yet we don't want to pay anything extra for that. And I've been to Europe many times, and they don't get tips because they are paid a living wage. Novel concept. And the last I checked, Tori, is Europe still there?
It is.
They're okay.
They're okay.
Wow.
C'est vrai.
What a
concept. I agree with you. Also, speaking of expensive things, how much do you think it costs for a family of 4 to visit Universal Studios theme park in Florida? Well, check out this viral video. A mom from Britain posted TikTok showing all the costs her family racked up for their visit, including parking, drinks, lunch, ice cream, and a coffee. It looks like they all had a great time, but guess how much it cost them? The total for the day was over $1,100. The ticket and the fast passes were by far the most expensive items. Is this becoming like, are theme parks becoming prohibitively expensive? Like, now it's a classes system of only the wealthy can go? What do you think, Al?
I mean, I just don't know if we should limit this to theme parks.
Yeah, right. Museums.
Right, everything. My kids were here, man, maybe about a month ago, and we just did a day. You know, we went and got some ice cream. I got the bill for it was ice cream. There was nothing else but ice cream. It was $55 for 4 people. I have the receipts, as the kids say. And then we went to Meow Wolf. And I'm not going to, like, they had a great time, but we left in an hour and a half. 14, 15 years old, they're over it. It was, our tickets just to get in, it was $250. So it was a $500 afternoon for 3 hours of entertainment. I mean, who can, like, what are we doing here, Lindsay? Who can afford to take their kids out?
I actually haven't been to any of the theme parks as an adult, but I think that, like, because of all the stories that I heard, when I saw this ticket, I'm like, oh, okay, I could see how I could plan out and do that. You know, I thought that people were spending thousands of dollars. Not that it's okay. I think they should bring the prices down to when we were young. I remember it was like $15 to get into the theme park, and then you pay for some special rides, and then the food and all that stuff. But, well, that was like locally for New York. But you know, this didn't surprise me as much as this should have.
I see.
Knowing about how much, like, my friend went to, I think, for 3 days for Disney and sent me her bill, like a screenshot, like you said, a receipt.
What was it?
And spent like $3,000. She stayed at like the hotel that was like down the block from Disney
Well, this
World.
was
Not even the
told
one.
me that.
Yeah, and she was like, my dad was arguing with her because he was like, no, this had to be like $600. She was like, no, maybe back in 1980.
Yeah, it's not that. Again, this was just for the parks, not the hotel or anything else. But for Disney World, it's about $817 for a family of 4. Six Flags in Los Angeles, about $918 for a family of 4. Let alone want to go see some art in New York.
Right.
Going to the Met, that's super expensive. I think they have pay what you can now, which is great. DC, all the museums at the Smithsonian are free. Coming up on DBL, a grown adult is caught on camera stealing a baseball from a little girl at a game. Would you do anything if you saw this happen? Oh, right in front of you.
That's amazing.
That is.
What if you could whiten your...
You've heard the phrase cash is king, but more and more businesses are going cashless. Some owners say it's easier, safer, and more cost-effective not to deal with cash. However, several social media users claim banning cash is illegal. Verify viewer Tim says he encountered a cashless concession during a trip to a local stadium and emailed us to ask if that violates federal law. So Tim, let's verify. Does federal law require businesses to accept cash?
Our sources are the Federal Reserve System, the U.S. Department of Treasury, Title 31 of the U.S. Code of Laws, the Payment Choice Act, and several local payment laws.
Many of the social media posts highlight a statement appearing on all U.S. paper currency that this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. They argue that purchases are debts, therefore businesses are legally required to accept their cash, or legal tender, as payment. The Federal Reserve says that's not what the statement means.
Legal tender is defined by Title 31 of the U.S. Code of Laws.
In short, the law means that the cash is worth the amount it represents, but does not mean that a private business must accept the cash. The Treasury Department points out there's a long history of businesses restricting cash, such as some public buses that don't take pennies or dollar bills. So, no, there is no federal law that requires businesses to accept cash, although there is a push for that to change. The Payment Choice Act would require businesses with a storefront nationwide to take cash for transactions that are less than $2,000. Lawmakers point out there are millions of Americans who don't have a credit or debit card. The bill was folded into a defense bill and passed the House earlier this year, but it's still awaiting action in the Senate. With you at Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Sports.
Yes.
Something we don't talk about typically in our show.
Why is that, Tori?
Because we know very little. No, I'm kidding. There is a couple of viral videos we just have to discuss. So check out this video last night. An Australian player, Nick Kyrgios, he took out his frustration after losing his U.S. Open quarterfinal by destroying not one, but 2 of his tennis rackets. Take a look at the damage after his epic meltdown. We got Lindsay giggling. Can I say that this might be actually on purpose to be like a new McEnroe type of person?
But you have to win.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the, yeah.
Okay, but
He's also
some people
yelled-
get that upset about losing. Like,
But he's
when
also
you're that
yelled-
competitive, like sometimes you get that upset.
Now, he's also yelled during the court. He's yelled at other players, and at one point yelled at the ump that there's a strong marijuana smell coming from the U.S. Open, and he doesn't want to be breathing it in. So it seems like he's doing this for every single play. Should he be fined for that or no?
I don't know. It seems like tennis players have a lot of latitude in terms of screaming at the ref.
Except for Serena Williams.
Right, yes. So it's like, you know, I don't know. Obviously, John McEnroe did make his name by
Maybe
acting
this
like
guy's
that.
doing that?
But I mean, I thought you had to win. I mean, he looked childish. I think he looked I think you need to be a winner, and then you can kind of act like that.
Well, if you won, why would you be breaking the items? Like, you would just be celebrating.
That would make it more interesting.
No.
You're like, why? He's still
But
mad.
if you're not good enough, maybe you need to do this to get endorsement.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, here's another U.S.
Tennis
Open.
racket repair. Yeah.
Repair.com. This time it has nothing to do with tennis. A YouTube star thought it'd be funny to get a haircut while watching the match.
No.
He was quickly removed by security. We are not sure what he has against tennis, but in July he was banned from Wimbledon for life after blowing an air horn during a match.
Like, why would you? The most annoying thing I think about living with a man is the little hair particles that come from him cutting his hair. So why would you impose on everybody at an event and do that right there? That's so gross.
Is it just for likes? What is this for? Is this just provoking?
Absolutely. This is just, it's for your YouTube channel, for your monetization, so you can make more money. But what about the people who pay thousands of dollars for that seat? That is super gross. That's no different than like clipping your fingernails or toenails. That's parts of your body falling off onto other people.
Right.
And I don't look, I'm not going to say I don't understand. You're doing it for the gram. But what about people that saved, for the last 10 years to go to this match? I think it's super selfish, and it just looks super corny.
I think so, too. And for our last...
It reminds me of the people who slept in Target, remember? And then got arrested.
got arrested.
You're like, come on now.
It's coming towards them
yeah,
soon.
we are. And for our last video, we're heading to MLB. This is baseball, everyone, where a grown man is caught on camera stealing a ball from a young girl. You see the player throwing the ball directly to the kids before the grown man jumps in front of her. The girl's dad posted the video to Twitter. The team says they are sending something special her way.
And the guy's going to steal it off her porch. Yeah. Look, that ball did not have her name on it. She was not in position to catch that ball. Big facts.
He did it, but this was kind of a good move, though, for him to
I
get
feel
that.
like we might be missing out on undiscovered talent. We might need a right fielder.
That's a core memory for that girl, and it was interrupted by the man.
And it's going to drive her to be
Time
better.
out. So grown men don't have core memories?
No, they do, but like for that girl, a core memory is when your brain is developing a baseball player in the grass with the sun and the wind. He's throwing you a ball and you're about to catch it, and a grown man comes and takes it from you. That's going to change your memory.
Or I think it could teach you, you know what? You're not going to catch every ball thrown your way.
Oh my
Right,
God.
or box out a little bit.
Like baseball.
Throw your elbows.
Just teach you a
Apple
lesson
pie,
about life.
Americana.
I'm glad they're sending her something special. Hopefully it's something really, really special.
Honestly, it is a weak sauce move. But,
He walks off so easily.
Yeah, I know, but it was a good catch on him, too. Sorry.
You're the worst.
Good on you, bro.
We'll be right back. Terrible.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
A security warning for Instagram users has gone viral, claiming that an update to the app allows people to find your exact location. The post urges users to turn off their phone's precise location feature, so the app doesn't share a user's specific location through their geolocated posts or stories. So let's verify. Does an Instagram update change how precise your location appears to other people? Our sources are Instagram, Apple, and Google. Precise location is a phone setting that lets you control location access for all apps. It's been around in Apple and Android phones for more than a year now. Here's what the setting does and doesn't do. When you post a picture or a video to Instagram, you can search for and add any location as a geotag. It can be as specific as an exact address or business name, or as vague as a state or a country. The precise location setting does not control the location information that's shared out on a post. Let me show you what it actually does on my iPhone. I have location services and precise location turned on in my phone settings for Instagram. Now, when I post a picture, I get a bunch of specific locations to choose from to geotag my photo, like the restaurant here on my block. Now, if I turn off precise location, my geolocation options are much less specific. Instead of the restaurant downstairs, the app suggests the neighborhood or the city that I'm in. And if I turn off location services altogether, the app doesn't suggest any locations for me to tag because it doesn't actually know where I am. In all of these examples, it's up to me to choose how much information about my location I want to share on my post. Prior to these updates, location sharing was all or nothing. That means that an app like Instagram got the same location information as an app like Google Maps. After the update, you can now turn off the precise location setting, giving you the option to share generalized but not precise location information with apps like Instagram. Instagram addressed these viral claims, saying, "To be clear, we don't share your location with others. Similar to other social media companies, we use precise location for things like location tags and map features." So we can verify, no, there is no new Instagram update that changes how precise your location appears to other people. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
We've seen the famous red cars on the big screen. They are known to be fast, and for decades there have been a lot of myths surrounding the color of the car. One of those myths we received from a viewer: does it cost more in insurance if you have a red car? Let's verify. Our sources: North Carolina Department of Insurance and the Insurance Information Institute. An email from the Deputy Director of Communications and Safety for the North Carolina Department of Insurance said it does not cost more to insure a red car than any other color.
According to the Insurance Information Institute, it doesn't matter what color your car is, and it does not factor into the cost of insurance.
Here's what does factor into the price: car make, model, body type, engine size, and age of vehicle, as well as the car's sticker price and cost of repair. The price isn't just all dependent on what type of car it is, it also depends on who's behind the wheel. Overall safety record, if you're a male or female, and your age can determine if your insurance price is higher. So we can verify, no, red cars do not cost more to insure than other color cars. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
No time to run, no games. Your time has come today. Just stopping by to say we're taking over. We're made of this. We're taking over. You know what time it is. We're taking over. We're made to pay.
DBL is all new every day.
Say what we're made for.
That was some white woman dancing. Have you seen Taking Over?
I like your dancing, Tori.
I do. I
think it's a
appreciate
cool promo, too.
I do. The promo's amazing, and I'm very excited. Phoenix, where I was just then, is very excited for our show, but it was 110 degrees.
I was about to say, how did you last in Phoenix? Because I remember in the summer I used to be like, wow, it's still 120 and it's 8 p.m.
It was at night. It was 106 at one point. I was like, how is this amazing?
Well, Lindsay, you survived it.
I survived and I got a little tan.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. I loved it. I just got burnt. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, everyone's facing an uphill battle. Bye, guys.